We will call to order the House Standing Committee on Appropriations and Revenue, meeting number 4, Tuesday, March the 5th, 2024, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We're in Annex Room 149. I have been informed that there is no overflow room, so if everyone will try to find a seat. If you can't find a seat, then find a nice, comfy spot on the wall, and we will go through as efficiently as we can. Any members seeking recognition for a guest or otherwise before we begin? Seeing none, call the roll.
Representative Banta.
Present.
Representative Bentley. Yes, ma'am. Representative Brown.
Here.
Representative Dietz.
Here.
Representative Dossett. Representative Flannery. Representative Fleming.
Present.
Representative Frazier Gordon. Representative Freeland.
Present.
Representative Fugit.
Here.
Representative Gentry. Here. Representative Hart. Here. Representative Johnson.
Here.
Representative McCool. Representative McPherson.
Here.
Representative Palumbo. Representative Raymond. Representative Riley. Representative Stevenson. Representative Upchurch. Vice Chair Bowling.
Here.
Vice Chair Bray.
Present.
Chair Petrie.
Here. We have a quorum duly constituted to conduct business, and I believe Representative Brown may have a guest to introduce or recognize.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to recognize the women of the Lexington and Louisville Lynx that are visiting with us today. Is that right? Did I get that right? Yes. Would you all stand, please, just real quick? Let people see who you are. That lovely green. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Up first today, we're going to take up House Bill 635. Sponsors Representative David Mead, if you will take a seat. If you will introduce yourself for the record, and I'll place you under oath.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. David Mead, I'm Speaker Pro Tem of the House.
You'll raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
We have no committee sub on this bill that I can discern, nothing to propose, and if you will, proceed as you choose.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. What this bill does is relates to fiscal impact statements as we get them in the General Assembly. I've been here for 12 years now, and this is not an issue with this administration. It's been an issue with every single administration that we have seen. And the one thing that is supposed to bring transparency to us when we are making decisions, many times hundreds of millions of dollars, even billions of dollars decisions, are those fiscal impact statements. But over the years, what has happened is they've become a way of some of the cabinets or departments when they don't want to do something. We've all had those big fiscal impact statements come back. For example, I just did a bill that I got a fiscal impact statement on. It came back with $659 million on it from one of the cabinets. This same bill was implemented in 4 other states. In Florida, it cost their entire cabinet about $11 million to do it. It's $14 million in Texas, and it was $6 million in Kansas. However, ours was $658 million. So what it boils down to is many times when the cabinets or the departments don't want to do something, they'll throw these big price tags on it, send it back to us, and say that it's justified. I can answer any questions that the committee may have, Mr. Chairman.
Representative Gentry.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, I do have some questions.
We'll take them one at a time.
Okay. Well, I'll ask one main one. Since we're trying to figure out what's in these bills and we get substitutes the night before, and I just got a copy of the letter from the...
We'll refresh. There is no committee sub on this bill.
I'm talking about all the other ones, Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry if I confused you there. The Department
let's just make sure we've got this, okay? We've got one bill in front of us right now to which there is no committee sub. If you have a question for the sponsor on the bill, please ask it.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman. Gentlemen, I'm reading a letter that came from the Department of Insurance, and I know you were starting to talk about that a little bit. I have not had a chance to read the entire letter. Can you take a moment for my purposes so I can know what I'm voting on, to tell me what their concerns are, if you don't agree with the concerns, if you're working on those concerns, and anybody that's watching can have some kind of general idea of what we're trying to vote on?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So in the bill, what we're doing is now with fiscal impact statements, when they come in, we're saying that you must provide documentation and proof of how you got that number. You also must take a look at what the possible future savings may be or return on investment to the state, not just a number that you've come up with and tried to give us a snapshot in time. You must show us the full picture of how you got there and where we're going. The Department of Insurance sent that letter to you all this morning. I got it just yesterday afternoon. The chairman and I have been working on this bill together and discussing a lot of things that are going on in it. And so we read this letter together yesterday afternoon. And after reading the letter, what it talks about is that they're going to have to do a much more comprehensive, in-depth analysis for their fiscal impact statements, which, after the chairman and I read it, said that we feel that that's absolutely necessary. That's what we want. That's the entire purpose of this. And what we feel is that this letter just backs up the reason for this bill. I would also say in here that there's one piece of it where they have asked, or they have said that, let's see the one part here if I can find it. According to the department, we would need additional funding in order to cover the additional costs, and that any agency is under no obligation to carry out any unfunded mandate. And they're referencing Fletcher versus the Commonwealth in there for that. That is a complete misinterpretation of that court case. That court case was when the General Assembly did not pass a budget, and the Fletcher administration took it upon themselves to pay things for this state. But what they overlook is in that case, in the opinion, it says there is one section that says if the legislative department fails to appropriate funds deemed sufficient to operate the executive department at a desired level of services when they have passed a budget, the executive department must serve the citizenry as best it can with the money that it is given. So therefore, it's a complete misinterpretation, and they are still under obligation to follow the law.
I'll save further questions for anybody else that wants one.
Thank you. Representative Stevenson?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Do we have anybody here from the Department of Insurance, Mr. Chair?
I have no one signed up on the sheet. I have KYTC signed up on 266.92.5. No other signed up.
Okay, thank you. A couple things, if you don't mind. It's ironic that we're talking about a bill to make fiscal impact statements without an impact statement. Do you have any idea of how much you think the added cost of this will be?
No, we don't.
Okay. And are we going to, does the bill extend the time frame in which they have to turn those around?
No, it absolutely should not, because of the time that we're in session, the fiscal impact statement should be getting to us as quickly as possible. So no, I don't think we should extend the time.
All right. Mr. Chair.
On that point, I will say, though, good question, and understand the response. I would encourage people to understand that when we're in session, there's a lot of work being churned for fiscal impacts, not only in the LRC, but in the executive branch. If there is a bill you are contemplating in the interim, it is good to inquire into the LRC as well as the executive branch and get that fiscal note started as early as possible, at least to gather information so that a more accurate fiscal statement can be made. So thank you.
Thank you. Well, and I have the letter here, and they're saying that they would probably need an additional 60 to 90 days to perform these in-depth fiscal impacts, which again, would be good. I just want to be sure that we're not applying pressure for them to turn them around in a super, super quick time when we're asking for this in-depth report. And obviously we want them to complete them in the best way possible and do their due diligence. So I just want to be sure that we're not going to turn around and ask for things in a week that they think could take 90 days. And also the letter says that the additional expense of each in-depth evaluation would be expected to range between $35,000 and $50,000, excluding any estimate for potential future cost savings. So I just wanted to be sure that that got put into the record. Thank you.
Representative Raymond.
Thank you. I like it, Representative Mead. I think more information is always better, and I think more sources are always better. My concern is I feel that some of our very dedicated state employees could feel impugned by this when we're having them certify that it's accurate, and when you're saying that there might be some political considerations. That people who are preparing these for the most part are not political, right?
Yeah, and I never said anything about politics.
Thank you.
Representative Bentley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm for this bill because I can remember when we were doing SB 50, they said it would take $4 to $8 million for the cost of that bill, but we saved $124 million the first year. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Seeing no further members seeking recognition for comments or questions, please call roll.
Representative Banta,
Yes.
Representative Bentley,
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Bowling,
Yes.
Representative Bray,
Yes.
Representative Brown,
No.
Representative Dietz,
Yes.
Representative Dossett,
Yes.
Representative Flannery,
I vote yes. I came in during roll call. If I could be recorded as present. Thank you.
Representative Fleming, Representative Frazier Gordon,
Yes.
Representative Freeland,
Yes.
Representative Fugit,
Yes.
Representative Gentry,
Briefly explain.
Yes, please.
Thank you. I'm going to be a no today simply because until I have a better understanding of what the exact fiscal impact on the department is and if we're going to be able to appropriate more monies for them to complete the job the way we'd like to see them get it done. So, thank you.
Representative Hart,
Yes.
Representative Johnson,
Yes.
Representative McCool,
Yes.
Representative McPherson,
Yes.
Representative Palumbo,
No, ma'am.
Representative Raymond, Representative Riley, Representative Stevenson,
Briefly explain.
Yes, please.
I'm actually going to pass today. I love the idea of having more information. Like Rep. Raymond said, I think more information is always good. Will help us make better decisions here. But I'm going to pass today until I feel confident that we are not going to put these extra crazy demands on our staff, and that we are going to appropriate funds for this to be able to happen. Thank you.
Representative Upchurch,
Yes.
Chair Petrie.
Yes. House Bill 635, with no committee substitute, having received 18 yes votes, 3 nay votes, and 1 pass vote, will be reported with favorable expression that same should pass. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee.
Next up, we'll take up House Bill 256, an act relating to the promotion of stronger homes to resist losses due to catastrophic weather events and making an appropriation. Therefore, the sponsor is Representative Michael Sarge Pollock. And just to refresh everyone quickly, this bill has previously passed through Banking and Insurance and referred over to A&R to work on the fiscal note to make sure it was entirely accurate, which I think has been updated. If you will introduce yourself for the record and any other persons that may be presenting, then I'll place you under oath.
Representative Sarge Pollock, District 51.
Anne Marie Franklin, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance.
Dustin Miller, retained legislative agent for State Farm Insurance.
Very good. Will each of you raise your right hands? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
Thank you very much. And I believe with House Bill 256, there is a PHS2, which formerly was adopted and passed through Banking and Insurance.
Motion on committee sub 2.
We have a motion and a second on Committee Sub 2. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Committee Sub PHS 2 is adopted. We have before us House Bill 256 as amended by PHS 2, and please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee. Over the past 3 years, the state of Kentucky's dealt with tornadoes, hail, wind. This is a unique opportunity to present a way to provide some more, protection on our roofs. And then that is used by the Insurance Institute for Building and Home Safety, who's brought up a fortified technique on our new roofs. This particular bill is about providing a grant, a pilot, to provide that fund that is structured in the Department of Insurance restricted funds.
We have a motion and a second on the bill. It is a live bill. Please proceed at your discretion.
I think I'm pretty good on everything, Mr. Chair.
Only thing I would point out is, as Representative Pollock just mentioned, this is $5 million, I believe, in restricted funds, and the fiscal note was updated on subsequent analysis of PHS 2, as well as a little bit of information provided to the executive branch. And I believe the $330,000 that was supposed to be required in general fund to support additional personnel has been removed. So this is a $5 million restricted fund only. We have a motion and a second on the bill 256 as amended by PHS 2. Representative Stevenson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you so much. It's a great bill. I voted for it as it went through B&I. I just wondered if you could give us a brief overview of the changes from what we heard in B&I and the sub 2 now. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
I'm just making sure the PHS 2 that we have now is the PHS 2 that passed through Banking and Insurance.
No, sir. They passed PHS 1.
Yeah, but I think we're going to have the same sentence, but go right ahead.
Yeah, and I'll talk to it from the bill as filed to where we are today. So what you voted on in Banking and Insurance, the main change is in Section 2, subsection 2, A, B, and C. So this is related to the discount provision that is in the bill, and primarily what it does is talk about the certificate of coverage. You have to show a certificate, is what the original bill said. The Big I, the independent agents, came to us and said we would like some more options there, and that's what we provided in 2.
Any other members seeking recognition for comment or question? Seeing none, please call roll.
Representative Banta.
Yes.
Representative Bentley.
Yes.
Representative Bowling.
Yes.
Representative Bray.
Yes.
Representative Brown.
Yes.
Representative Dietz.
Yes.
Representative Dossett.
Yes.
Representative Flannery.
Yes.
Representative Fleming. Representative Fraser Gordon.
Yes.
Representative Freeland.
Yes.
Representative Fugit.
I'm going to pass.
Representative Gentry.
Yes.
Representative Hart.
Yes.
Representative Johnson.
Yes.
Representative McCool.
Yes.
Representative McPherson.
Yes.
Representative Palumbo.
Yes.
Representative Raymond.
Yes.
Representative Riley. Representative Stevenson. Representative Upchurch.
Yes.
Chair Petrie.
Yes. House Bill 256, as amended by PHS 2, having received 21 yes votes, 0 nay votes, and 1 pass vote, will be reported with favorable expression that same should pass on the floor. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Members of the committee.
Next up, we have House Bill 265 to be presented by Representative Upchurch, an act relating to Appropriations, providing financing and conditions for the operations, maintenance, support, and functioning of the Transportation Cabinet of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. If you will, introduce yourself for the record, I'll place you under oath.
I'm Ken Upchurch, State Representative for the 52nd District.
If you will raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you very much. And I believe on House Bill 265, we have PHS 1 available.
Motion on committee, sub 1.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor on adoption of PHS 1? All opposed? It is adopted. We have before us House Bill 265 as amended by PHS 1, Transportation Budget Bill, and Representative Upchurch, if you will proceed, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 265 is the operations budget for the Transportation Cabinet that sets the funding mechanisms for the various departments within the Department of Transportation, or Transportation Cabinet.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on House Bill 265 as amended by PHS 1. It is a live bill. Anything further, Representative Upchurch, at this moment?
Not right now, unless there are any questions.
Is any member seeking recognition for comments or questions? I believe we may have Mike Hancock. Hey, Mr. Hancock, from Transportation, and I have you asking to speak on House Bill 265. Can't tell whether pro or con, it doesn't say, but I'll let you choose either or both. How about that? If you will, introduce yourself for the record, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I am Mike Hancock. I'm the Deputy Secretary for the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
Very good. If you'll raise your right hand.
Yes, sir.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Please proceed.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and all the members. As the Transportation Cabinet takes a look at House Bill 265, our biennial transportation budget, there are a few things that we just mainly wanted to go on the record about this morning, and those things, the Transportation Cabinet has grave concerns with the House version of the transportation budget, the biennial budget, primarily because of the deletion of $300 million in general funds and $150 million in federal Garvey bond authorizations for the Mountain Parkway and the I-69 Ohio River crossing. Those amounts of money were included in the biennial highway plan, but not in the budget, and so we wanted to point that out. And then also we're concerned about the reduction in the Department of Highways maintenance budget over the upcoming biennium and the resulting impacts to the safety of the traveling public. Reducing the amount of money that we put into our maintenance budget and our maintenance facilities degrades the road system and its performance. Snow and ice response, severe weather response, drainage pipe repairs, tree and brush removal, and pavement patching are all examples of KYTC's ongoing maintenance responsibilities. In our view, it's simply unwise to continually undercut the Cabinet's ability to keep our roads in good operational shape. Next, we would point to the Secretary's contingency account and how it's shown in the biennial budget. We have seen the contingency account steadily reduced by the legislature since this administration's first budget back in 2020. The House version of the 2024 transportation budget would establish a new low for this account, $11.9 million annually. After several mandatory commitments off the top of this account, the Secretary would be left with $5 million a year to respond to any unforeseen circumstances that may arise on our entire road system. That includes state, city, and county roads. As we saw on Louisville's 2nd Street Bridge last Friday afternoon, stuff happens. And when stuff happens, the Secretary simply has to be ready to respond. And $5 million per year system-wide is little assurance that he'll be able to respond quickly. Third, we're concerned about the House Transportation Budget's treatment of the proposed county and city bridge program. This program is an innovative concept to help cities and counties learn how to routinely maintain their bridges. Using general funds to establish the program was designed to prevent the competition for such resources among road fund budget units. By moving the city-county bridge program to the road fund, the House budget would require that any money spent on this program would compete directly with and draw revenues from other state-funded construction projects. We believe one-time funding from the general fund is necessary to establish and develop a program that can ultimately be incorporated into the road fund rather than competing with it. So, Mr. Chairman, appreciate the opportunity to speak to these issues, and I would say also for the record that the chairman of Budget Review Subcommittee is a good friend.
Very good. Thank you for the comments. Representative Upchurch, anything you want to respond to? I've got a few things that I think I need to bring out, but otherwise I'll give you a chance first. If you
I will defer to the chair.
Understand about the general fund preference on the $300 million, but as I've been informed by the secretary and others, whether it's general fund or whether it's road fund, it still has the same effect at the federal level, applying for things like the expansion of the mountain as well as I-69. And as I also understand for the administration, there was a first attempt which has failed, and there may be a second attempt to get that funding, and we don't know what the timeline of that looks like at this point. And the road fund money will remain in case there is a move forward, and we will be back, should be back in January of 25 if there's a major change that's required. Maintenance versus new construction, I would point out that in recent years the House has taken lead on making sure that as much road fund as possible is used only for roads as opposed to all other things in state government, which has left a lot of money in the road fund to be used for maintenance as well as new projects, probably more historically than we've ever had, which means each category of maintenance and construction both have increased. Contingency account, you mentioned, we have creatively tried to deal with a political problem that's not endemic to just this administration, but is endemic to the contingency account itself. So $5 million, as I think we talked about in the BR sub last week on Monday, at $5 million net on the contingency just for emergencies and for hazards, that number can be discussed, but I've received no communication from anyone about that number being differently than $5 million at this point. It's still up to debate until we finish the session. The $20 million each cycle and the $5 million each year, and the $20 million each year for different purposes, emergency under the 5, and for planning purposes under the 20 to get to local road issues, which we have in House Joint Resolution 91 or 92 coming up. The City and County Bridge Program would be a new program. And yes, that's road fund money. It's not general fund money, it's road fund. It's part of the roads just like the asphalt is. That's where it's intended to be. I think that's where it's proper for it to be, and I appreciate DOT having pushed that initiative forward. I think that can be a very good initiative. Anything else, Mr. Representative Upchurch?
I think you've covered it quite well.
All right. Any member seeking recognition for comment or question? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Representative
Yes.
Representative Bentley.
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Bowling.
Yes.
Representative Bray.
Yes.
Representative Brown.
Yes.
Representative Dietz.
Yes.
Representative Dossett.
Yes.
Representative Flannery.
Yes.
Representative Fleming.
Aye.
Representative Fraser Gordon.
Yes.
Representative Freeland.
Yes.
Representative Fugit.
Yes.
Representative Gentry.
Pass.
Representative Hart.
Yes.
Representative Johnson.
Yes.
Representative McCool.
Yes.
Representative McPherson.
Yes.
Representative Palumbo.
Yes.
Representative Raymond.
No.
Representative Riley. Representative Stevenson. Representative Upchurch.
Yes.
Chair Petrie.
Yes. House Bill 265 as amended with PHS 1, having received 19 yes votes, 1 nay vote, and 2 pass votes, will be reported with favorable expression that same should pass. And thank you, Representative Upchurch, and thank you, Mr. Hancock. Up next, we have House Bill 266, to be presented by Representative Upchurch. We have an act relating to road projects and declaring an emergency. And I believe this would normally be called the 2-year plan out of the 6, or the end years, the current years. And you remain, Representative Upchurch, you remain under oath. Please proceed at your convenience. We do have a PHS 1.
Motion on committee sub 1.
We have a motion and a second on adoption of PHS 1 to 266. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. PHS 1 is adopted to House Bill 266. That's what we have before us. And Representative Upchurch, if you will proceed, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is the 2-year road plan, the biennial road plan, if you will. There are about 1,700 projects total. We have programmed it at 104%. Obviously, we want to keep safety as the top priority. We did not move any guardrail out of the program. We have nearly $800 million dedicated for work on bridges. And that is also in keeping with the plan on the Brent Spence, I-69, and the Mountain Parkway, keeping those moving forward in the plan.
Have a motion, have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second on House Bill 266 as amended by PHS 1. Representative Upchurch, anything further? It's a live bill. Proceed at your discretion.
I am ready for questions.
Very good. Any member seeking recognition for comment or question? Representative Dossett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I just want to say thank you to Representative Upchurch and his staff. As we went through the interim, as far as planning what he was putting together in both of these of the road plan right there, he and the staff both were always available. Representative, I know there's numerous times I called you from home asking questions, and I want to thank you for your hard work and dedication, and also send those thank yous to your staff, because everyone there has been fantastic. Thank you.
Any other members seeking, thank you, Representative, any other members seeking recognition for comment or question? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Representative Banta.
Yes.
Representative Bentley.
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Bowling.
Yes.
Representative Bray.
Yes.
Representative Brown.
Yes.
Representative Dietz.
Yes.
Represent.
Can you hold for Mr. Bowling? Mr. Hancock, you still here?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, Mike Hancock, Deputy Secretary for the Transportation Cabinet. And we, as it relates to the highway plan, just a couple of notes, so we'll be brief here. The Transportation Cabinet received a copy of the House version of the highway plan this past Friday and has completed a preliminary review. We're currently looking at the details associated with each project to assess differences between the House version of the highway plan and the recommended highway plan that we submitted to the General Assembly back in January. At this time, our primary concern with the highway plan is the same one I mentioned earlier, that the highway plan does contain the $300 million in state general funds and $150 million in Garvey bonds to allow the completion of the Mountain Parkway extension and the I-69 ORX projects. And we're excited that those are in the highway plan, and again would hope that the budget could help us with those two in time. We also note that the biennial funding amounts for projects have been reduced by about $1.2 billion, and we're currently working to identify potential concerns about projects that may have been deleted, dropped, or slipped from the biennium. This causes us to be especially concerned about the federal program. as the highway plan serves as the basis for the fiscally balanced federal statewide transportation improvement program to be submitted to Federal Highways for approval this summer. So, Mr. Chairman, those are the comments we would like to offer for House Bill 266.
I appreciate that very much, and thank you. And I think I've addressed one of those previously. I'm not going to go back over it. I appreciate that. And I do look forward to realize, as I know you know, and everyone else should know, this is first of first drafts. This is a process we go through. Look forward to further conversations and comments and input from you and DOT, as always. Rather than put anyone on the spot, we're going to go back in, unless there's anybody wanting to be recognized for comment or question, we're going to start that vote count all over again. So that if anybody wants to change, they're more than welcome to, and it doesn't count, it doesn't bring any spotlight to anything. And I apologize again to Mr. Hancock and everyone else. Anyone seeking recognition for comment or question? If not, we're going to call the roll. Thank you.
Representative Banta.
Yes.
Representative Bentley.
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Bowling.
Yes.
Representative Bray.
Yes.
Representative Brown.
Yes.
Representative Dietz.
Yes.
Representative Dossett.
Yes.
Representative Flannery.
Yes.
Representative Fleming.
Aye.
Representative Frazier Gordon.
Yes.
Representative Freeland.
Yes.
Representative Fugit.
Yes.
Representative Gentry.
Yes.
Representative Hart.
Yes.
Representative Johnson.
Yes.
Representative McCool.
Yes.
Representative McPherson.
Yes.
Representative Palumbo. Representative Raymond.
Yes.
Representative Riley. Representative Stevenson. Representative Upchurch.
Yes.
Chair Petrie.
Yes. House Bill 266, as amended by PHS 1, having received 20 yes votes, 0 nay votes, and 0 pass votes, will be reported with favorable expression that same should pass on the floor. Thank you all very much. And we next are going to take up House Joint Resolution 91. Representative Upchurch to present. This is a joint resolution related to road projects. These are the out years. You remain Representative Upchurch. You remain under oath. Proceed at your discretion.
I hope I remain Representative Upchurch. Okay, I think there is a committee sub.
Yes, there is.
Motion on House Joint Resolution 91 is amended by committee sub.
We've got an adoption of PHS 1. We've got a motion on the sub PHS 1. All in favor? We've got a motion and a second. And a second. All in favor of adoption of PHS 1 to House Joint Resolution 91. Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. PHS 1 to House Joint Resolution 91 is adopted. That is what we have live before us. And Representative Upchurch, proceed. Your discretion.
Very simply, Mr. Chairman, this is the out years of the road plan that makes up the 6-year road plan.
I have a motion and a second on House Joint Resolution 91 as amended by PHS 1. It is live. Anything further from you, Representative Upchurch?
No.
Any members seeking recognition for comment or question? Representative Stevenson?
I just feel like I should ask you a question about roosters or something. But I'm sitting here and I'm coming up empty, but oh well.
I'll give you a moment on that one if you can come up with a good one.
I'll object.
Any other members seeking recognition for comment or question? Seeing none, please call roll.
Representative Banta.
Yes.
Representative Bentley. Representative Bowling.
Yes.
Representative Bray.
Yes.
Representative Brown.
Yes.
Representative Dietz.
Yes.
Representative Dossett.
Yes.
Representative Flannery.
Yes.
Representative Fleming. Representative Frazier Gordon.
Yes.
Representative Freeland.
Yes.
Representative Fugit.
Yes.
Representative Gentry.
Yes.
Representative Hart.
Yes.
Representative Johnson.
Yes.
Representative McCool.
Yes.
Representative McPherson.
Yes.
Representative Palumbo. Representative Raymond.
Yes.
Representative Riley, Representative Stevenson, Representative Upchurch,
Yes.
Chair Petrie.
Yes. House Joint Resolution 91 as amended by PHS 1, having received 22 yes votes, 0 nay votes, and 0 passes, shall be reported with favorable expression that same should pass on the floor. Thank you again. And then we have House Joint Resolution 92, joint resolution relating to road projects. This is county priority projects. Want to be presented by Representative Upchurch. And so that I don't forget, Mr. Hancock, I think you have signed up also for House Joint Resolution 92. If you will just come on up and sit beside Representative Upchurch if y'all are good with that, so I don't forget. And then Representative Upchurch on House Joint Resolution 92. I'm seeing a PHS 1 available.
Motion on Committee Sub 1.
I have a motion and a second for adoption of PHS 1 to House Joint Resolution 92. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. PHS 1 is adopted to House Joint Resolution 92. That's what we have before us, and if you will proceed as you choose.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Joint Resolution 92 is the county road and city road plan that we have developed. What we have referred to in the past is the contingency. You may have heard magistrates and council and mayors and judges refer to it as discretionary money. And so what we have developed with House Joint Resolution 92 is to set aside in the biennium, or in the first year of the biennium, $25 million that would be set aside for commonly known as the contingency account, but $20 million of it is defined by the legislature in a city and county road plan. So we actually specify the roads that are in that $20 million, similar to what you would see in the state's road plan.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on House Joint Resolution 92 as amended by PHS 1. It is live. Anything further from you, Representative Upchurch?
I will say that there is, of that $25 million, $5 million of it goes to contingency. I think in the past budgets we have set aside roughly $10 million for this contingency account, and we've increased that to $20 million, but the legislature defines what roads are paved in the plan. The administration still has $5 million for contingency in case of any emergent situations.
Yeah, gotcha. Representative Palumbo?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Is there a reason I don't see Fayette County in here?
The what we are using is the way the plan works. If you have a county or city that turns in a road for to be surfaced, resurfaced, that's turned into the Commissioner of Rural Roads and then back out to the district highway offices to be graded on a scale of 1 to 10. Then it is sent back to the department for their discretion as to what roads get resurfaced. And so what we have used in this plan is the 8s, 9s, and 10s. They score them on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, 1 being the best. And so we asked for a list of all the 8s, 9s, and 10s, and as best we can. This list is something that is constantly, it's fluid, it's moving at all times. So we've got, at this point, as good a list as we think we can. Obviously, we will, adjust as we move forward. But we have funded all of the 10s, which are the worst, judged as the worst roads in the counties, and then most all of the 9s. Fayette County, I would suspect, does not have very many rural. This is basically for rural roads, and so I would suspect the reason Fayette County is not listed is because they've not turned in anything for contingency.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any other members seeking recognition for comment or question? Mr. Hancock, Mr. Hancock, you remain under oath, and if you will, proceed at your discretion.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Make sure have that on. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We appreciate the opportunity to speak to House Joint Resolution 92, the County Priority Projects listing. Transportation Cabinet sincerely appreciates the House concern for the unaddressed backlog of Secretary's contingency account project requests. At issue, though, is basic public safety and the safety-related impacts associated with the lack of sufficient annual funding to respond to unforeseen needs across the state and local highway systems. It is essential that the Cabinet have the ability to address hazardous conditions when they arise, not 6 months to a year later. It remains our position that the best way to address the backlog of emergency needs is to provide a sufficient level of annual funding so KYTC can respond quickly to those needs. Rather than seeing contingency account funding significantly reduced and narrowed, thereby exacerbating the backlog, we would prefer to see House Joint Resolution 92 funding made available to KYTC to directly address the needs as they occur. By developing a list of backlogged projects that gets revisited every year, many of the affected roadways continue to worsen, the costs of repairs grow, and the response to citizen safety concerns is delayed. Not to mention the fact that such lists are outdated almost as quickly as they are compiled, as evidenced by the continual updates that KYTC has provided to you over the past few days. We have worked hard to earn your trust and the trust of local officials across the Commonwealth as we have used contingency account funds over the past 4 years. Our methods work. Please respect the hard work that we do in this regard. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity to speak to House Joint Resolution 92.
Thank you, and understand that we do appreciate the hard work. We appreciate there are a lot of roads out there and a lot of rankings to be done in emergency situations that pop up. Look forward to working with you. I think all of us do, continuing to work with you and DOT to make sure those needs are addressed. I think House Joint Resolution 92 does that in an even better fashion and method than what we have been doing previously. But I would say to make sure that we've got a good list and make sure that we understand the timing of things. So I would ask to this committee, DOT submit the following for the last 3 years.
Okay.
Each application that has been made to the contingency account, the date of the application, the road, the type of road, when the road was scored, what score was given to the road, and at what date funding was made available to a road or funding has not been made available, how long it took to get the funding from the date of approval out to on the road, and make sure that we have the city and the county identified along with the applicant. And in reviewing the list that was provided to us, I'd also be interested to know whether this is a sidewalk, whether this is a county road, a city road, a state road, a KY road, or a US road.
Okay.
And to make sure I didn't leave something out that's essential is how much the funding was that was sought and how much was approved. And that will help us understand the list tremendously better as we move forward in the process. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Done.
We have on House Joint Resolution 92 as amended by PHS 1, motion and second on the bill. Any other members seeking recognition for comment or question? Please call roll.
Representative Banta.
Yes.
Representative Bentley.
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Bowling,
Yes.
Representative Bray,
Yes.
Representative Brown,
Yes.
Representative Dietz,
Yes.
Representative Dossett,
Yes.
Representative Flannery, Representative Fleming, Representative Fraser Gordon, Representative Freeland,
Yes.
Representative Fugit,
Yes.
Representative Gentry,
Yes.
Representative Hart,
Yes.
Representative Johnson,
Yes.
Representative McCool,
Yes.
Representative McPherson,
Yes.
Representative Palumbo, Representative Raymond,
Yes.
Representative Riley, Representative Stevenson, Representative Upchurch,
Yes.
Chair Petrie.
Yes. House Joint Resolution 92 is amended by PHS 1, having received 22 yes votes, 0 nay votes, and 0 pass votes. Will be reportable with the favorable expression that same would pass on the floor. Thank you both very much again.
Thank you, sir.
Next up for consideration, we have House Bill 122, sponsored by Representative Patrick Flannery, an act relating to the administrative writings of the Kentucky Department of Revenue. Representative Flannery, when you're ready, and make sure the green light is really green and close, the microphone is close to you, introduce yourself for the record, then I'll place you under oath.
Good morning, Patrick Flannery, State Representative for the 96th District.
If you'll raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
We have House Bill 122. There is a PHS 1 available.
Motion on committee sub 1.
We have a motion and a second on PHS 1 to House Bill 122. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Nay. PHS 1 is adopted to House Bill 122. Representative Flannery, please proceed at your discretion.
Thank you all. House Bill 122 simply requires the Department of Revenue to publish within 120 days certain types of administrative writings, what they would typically call guidance. That could be a private letter, a ruling, some sort of maybe presentation, or their opinions on what taxpayers should or should not do when trying to comply with the law. This is required actually by all of our surrounding states. I see this as an opportunity to help taxpayers comply. This is something good for all taxpayers, whether they are individuals, business groups, or other persons that have to pay taxes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on House Bill 122 as amended by PHS 1. It is live. Anything further, Representative Flannery?
The only thing I would add that's in the committee sub, there's been some feedback that would also that puts into this legislation certain tax forms that helps the taxpayers comply with those forms, and also sets forth timelines when those have to be published online as well.
Good. Any members? We have a live bill motion and a second on the bill. Representative Stevenson.
Hey, I thought that the sub removed all references to publishing tax forms and instructions. Is that not true?
No, it actually adds. It's on page 3, starting on line number 14.
Okay, thank you. One more question, Mr. Chair.
Yes, please.
So is there any way that this could potentially allow for data, private data for public access? And is there any exclusion for proprietary materials?
No, those items would have to be redacted. Currently, these would all be available under an open records request, but most of what would be considered an administrative writing would be just their take on how to comply with the existing laws.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other members seeking recognition for comment or question? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Representative Banta,
Yes.
Representative Bentley, Representative Bowling,
Yes.
Representative Bray,
Yes.
Representative Brown,
No.
Representative Dietz,
Yes.
Representative Dossett,
Yes.
Representative Flannery,
Yes.
Representative Fleming, Representative Fraser Gordon,
Yes.
Representative Freeland,
Yes.
Representative Fugit,
Yes.
Representative Gentry,
No.
Representative Hart,
Yes.
Representative Johnson,
Yes.
Representative McCool,
Yes.
Representative McPherson,
Yes.
Representative Palumbo,
No, ma'am.
Representative Raymond,
Yes.
Representative Riley, Representative Stevenson, Representative Upchurch,
Yes.
Chair Petrie.
Yes. House Bill 122, as amended by PHS 1, having received 18 yes votes, 3 nay votes, and 1 pass, will be reported with favorable expression that same should pass on the floor. We also have a title amendment available on this. Have a motion and a second on the title amendment. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, nay. Title amendment is adopted to House Bill 122 as amended by PHS 1. 1831 title amendment will be reported favorably. Thank y'all very much. Next up for consideration, we have House Bill 13 by Representative Adam Bowling, an act relating to the Kentucky Product Development Initiative and declaring an emergency. If you will state your name for the record, and if anyone else sitting there with you that you're good with them being there,
Yep.
if they all introduce themselves for the record also and place everyone under oath thereafter.
Adam Bowling, State Representative, 87th District.
Jeff Knoll with the Kentucky Cabinet for Economic Development.
Katie Smith with the Cabinet for Economic Development.
I see somebody hanging very closely behind. I don't know if she's going to be coming to the table or not.
Haley McCoy, Kentucky Association for Economic Development.
Thank you. And just in case, if all 4 of you will raise your hands in case, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All of you are now recognized under oath. And Representative Bowling, if you will proceed after we consider PHS 1, which is available. We have a motion and a second on the sub. All in favor of adoption, say aye. All opposed, nay. PHS 1 is adopted to House Bill 13. That's live in front of us for consideration.
Thank you,
Please
Mr.
proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. House Bill 13, it's a bill that amends the Kentucky Product Development Initiative. That was a bill that we passed in the 2022 session that dealt with economic development. And all this bill does is that was a pilot program back in 2022. In the House budget from 2022, in the state budget from 2022, we allocated $100 million into that program. And it's for counties all across the state. We looked at it. We got feedback from them. As I said before, this was a pilot project, so we knew we'd be getting feedback. So we took that into consideration. We looked at maps and saw which counties were able to participate, which ones weren't, which things might need looked at and tweaked. And so 85% of the language in this is just cleanup from that pilot.
Have a motion and a second on the bill. House Bill 13 is amended by PH1. It is a live bill. Please proceed at your discretion.
The biggest change we made in this bill is feedback we got from very small counties. Some counties are less than 10,000 people. Coming up for the dollar for dollar match, that was a real big issue for them. So we addressed that in this bill, in this committee sub. So hopefully we can continue to use this as a driver for economic development in all 120 counties across the Commonwealth. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Very good. Is there anyone else at the table or behind you that wishes to comment also? You have good support structures. I like that.
I do.
Very good. Any member seeking recognition for comment or question? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Representative Banta,
Yes.
Representative Bentley, Representative Bowling,
Yes.
Representative Bray,
Yes.
Representative Brown,
Yes.
Representative Dietz,
Yes.
Representative Dossett,
Yes.
Representative Flannery, Representative Fleming, Representative Frazier Gordon, Representative Freeland,
Yes.
Representative Fugit,
Yes.
Representative Gentry,
Yes.
Representative Hart,
Yes.
Representative Johnson,
Yes.
Representative McCool,
Yes.
Representative McPherson, Representative Palumbo, Representative Raymond,
Yes.
Representative Riley, Representative Stevenson, Representative Upchurch,
Yes.
Chair Petrie.
Yes. House Bill 13 as amended by PHS 1, having received 21 yes votes, 0 nay votes, and 0 pass votes, will be reported with favorable expression that same should pass on the floor. And to the Kentucky Association for Economic Development and the Cabinet for Economic Development, thank y'all for continuing to work with us and make this program better, I think, every time. Thank y'all. Next up for consideration, we will take up House Bill 750. Representative Bowling will present, and it is an act relating to procurement. You remain Representative Bowling, and you remain under oath, and we do have a PHS 1 for consideration.
Motion on the sub.
Have a motion and a second on the sub. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. PHS 1 to House Bill 750 is adopted. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This bill simply addresses what we're seeing across the Commonwealth and what we've done for our counties in the past. If you could remember, the Finance Cabinet, Secretary Johnson brought us into a conversation a couple weeks back. And what the Cabinet is seeing, and what I think we're seeing in our communities as well, is some of these small projects. There was a dollar amount that was put into place many decades ago, and some of these small projects are having to go through the entire procurement procedure. And so it's slowing things down. So this simply raises that cap. It's not been raised in decades.
We have a motion and a second on House Bill 750 as amended by PHS 1. It is live, and I would note that I think that if I recall the conversation with Secretary Johnson from Finance, in particular, this helps to address projects that may be proceeding with state parks where they thought that may have the most impact to assist on smaller dollar figures, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. It's a live bill. Anything else, Representative Bowling?
No, sir.
Any member seeking recognition for comment or question? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Representative Banta?
Yes.
Representative Bentley?
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Bowling?
Yes.
Representative Bray?
Yes.
Representative Brown?
Yes.
Representative Dietz?
Yes.
Representative Dossett?
Yes.
Representative Flannery?
Yes.
Representative Fleming?
Aye.
Representative Frazier Gordon? Representative Freeland?
Yes.
Representative Fugit?
Yes.
Representative Gentry?
Yes.
Representative Hart?
Yes.
Representative Johnson?
Yes.
Representative McCool?
Yes.
Representative McPherson? Representative Palumbo? Representative Raymond?
Yes.
Representative Riley? Representative Stevenson? Representative Upchurch?
Yes.
Chair Petrie.
Yes. House Bill 750 is amended by PHS 1, having received 21 yes votes, 0 nay votes, and 0 pass votes, will be reported with favorable expression that same should pass on the floor. Thank you very much. We do have a title amendment. Is there a second? We have a motion and a second on adoption of the title amendment. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, nay. Title amendment is adopted. Next up for consideration, we have House Bill 267, which will be presented by Representative Bray, an act relating to providing for the authorization of the Office of Broadband Development to implement the Federal Broadband Equity Access and Deployment Program, the BEAD program, and declaring an emergency. I'm going to, if you will, introduce yourself for the record and the person with you also.
Representative Josh Bray, House District 71.
Dustin Miller, retained legislative agent for Kentucky Electric Cooperatives.
Very good. If each of you raise your right hands, you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Thank you very much. And on House Bill 267, we do have House Committees PHS 2 available.
Motion on Committee Sub 2.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor of adoption of the committee sub, say aye. All opposed, nay. Committee sub is adopted. We have before us House Bill 267 as adopted, as amended by PHS 2. This is regarding the BEAD. And before you begin, I just want to point out that a little before session as well as during session, we put together a good coalition of people involved in BEAD, what we think will be, as well as people that were involved in prior deployment efforts, and the executive branch, Office of Broadband particularly involved in this as well. And if you will talk about the product that was produced, please.
Yes, sir. So this is a piece of consensus legislation. As you mentioned, over the interim, there was a working group put together, including the various service providers and the administration. And this is the product of that. There's a considerable amount of money allocated, federal money allocated in House Bill 6, and this gives the guide rails and guardrails on how that money will be handled.
Motion on the bill is amended by Committee Sub.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the bill as amended by Committee Sub. Live for consideration. Any member seeking recognition for comment or question? Either of you gentlemen need to put anything else on the record at this point? Seeing nothing. Anyone else? Seeing no members seeking recognition, please call the roll.
Representative Banta?
Yes.
Representative Bentley? Yes, ma'am. Representative Bowling?
Yes.
Representative Bray? Yes. Representative Brown?
Pass.
Representative Dietz?
Yes.
Representative Dossett?
Yes.
Representative Flannery? Representative Fleming? Representative Frazier Gordon?
Yes.
Representative Freeland?
Yes.
Representative Fugit?
Yes.
Representative Gentry?
I'm going to pass for now.
Representative Hart?
Yes.
Representative Johnson?
Yes.
Representative McCool?
Yes.
Representative McPherson? Representative Palumbo? Representative Raymond?
Yes.
Representative Riley? Representative Stevenson? Representative Upchurch?
Yes.
Chair Petrie?
Yes. House Bill 267, as amended by PHS 2, having received 19 yes votes, 0 nay votes, and 2 pass votes, will be reported with favorable expression that same should pass on the floor. Thank you both very much. Next up for consideration, we have House Bill 563, an act relating to public water and wastewater systems and making an appropriation therefore. Representative Josh Bray, and you remain, Representative Bray, you remain under oath. We do have PHS 2 that's up for consideration.
Motion on Committee Sub 2.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for adoption of PHS 2 to House Bill 563. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. PHS 2 is adopted relative to House Bill 563, and that's what we have before us. And Representative Bray, please proceed.
House Bill 563, as amended by the sub, establishes a revolving loan fund that would be administered through KIA for districts who wouldn't ordinarily qualify for funding. It provides for both capital and non-capital expenses.
Motion on the bill as amended by the sub.
We have a motion and a second on the bill as amended by the committee sub. It is live for vote. Do you have anything further that you proceed at your discretion?
I was just going to say also within the bill, there's an emergency provision that allows KIA to access money for districts when there's a state of emergency, such as the recent freeze we've had where there was water outage all across the state and districts couldn't access funding through any other method. And then in the third part, there's a piece that helps incentivize failing districts to be consolidated by better run districts.
Very good. We have a motion and a second on the bill. Any member seeking recognition for comment or question? Representative Stevenson?
Hey, do you mind to just explain briefly what the sub does?
Sure. We had received feedback from KIA. We've administered some of that. In the original bill, we had tried to model the program more after the PDI, to where we had an independent group grade, score, analyze the applications. We've put that back within KIA. That is the biggest change from the original bill.
Yes, please.
Can you just explain a little bit why these are set up as loans instead of grants?
Sure. So we have grants available all throughout KIA, throughout House Bill 9 that was passed last year. These programs are designed for districts who don't qualify for anything. And so you've got districts all across the state who aren't current on audits. They may have excessive water leakage, so they can't get money. This is set up to provide them with that, and in doing so, they have to submit a corrective action plan so that they implement best practices so that they don't continue to make the same mistakes. That's the reasoning behind it. We could do grants, and those grants are available all throughout, like I said, KIA Fund A, F, whatever, House Bill 9. Just wanted to provide access to capital where there is none currently available.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that, and I thought it was just important for the public to hear. Thank you.
And I would ask or follow up on that loan versus grant. We had made a distressed district appropriation of $10 million back in 22, and we had intended that to be a grant program. KIA had turned that into a loan, so we went with the loan this time. They made their discretionary call, and there we go. But for this particular program, the interest rate is as good as you're going to get. Is that correct?
Yeah. So within the regular provision, the normal program, it is half a point lower than anything you could get through KIA ordinarily. And then within the emergency program, it is at KIA rates, which are extraordinarily cheap.
And then I'd point out, I want to make sure we draw this out. So we kind of look at it this way. This is the way Representative Bray has explained it to me. We have USDA financing for water districts and wastewater districts, and lots of districts can't qualify for that or can't complete those loans. We also have KIA that operates several fund loans that you've discussed, and there's cooperation to try to get coverage for districts. But sometimes, like in the consumer financing industry, there are those that are without the proper credit rating and history of operations that really can't get to the better loan situations, and they're normally in line item grant territory. The problem with line item grant territory is that you may give money to assist the district immediately, but there's no requirement that they get to better practices in their districts. With this program as a revolving loan program with a pool of money allocated from House Bill 1, it would allow this program to start on a one-time appropriation and may have subsequent later on, but it would allow those programs to get up and running fast on an emergency basis as well as longer-term basis, get those better practices required, and that money being paid back in so that other districts can receive it. So this is trying to hit a niche that really doesn't seem to be identified well or serviced well otherwise. At least that's the way Representative Bray has expressed it to me, and I tend to agree with it. Any other member seeking? Representative Palumbo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The letter that you received from the Energy and Environment Cabinet, I just want to read for the public a couple of sentences and ask you to respond, please. The bill imposes 2 very short timelines for Kia. 30 days to issue a score after a complete application is received, and 14 days to provide detailed feedback to the applicant about their score. Kia publishes its board material a week prior to a board meeting. There will be applications received that, without a special called board meeting, cannot be scored within 30 days. In the bill, Kia is responsible for monitoring the performance success of loan recipients. That expertise is not resident within Kia, other than financial monitoring. Can you please address that, sir?
Absolutely. So we emailed the committee substitute out to the KIA before it was available to the public, wanted their feedback. As you referenced, we got that in this morning. We have discussed that with board members on the KIA board, wanted to know if the 30-day window was possible. We were told it was possible. As far as the ability to monitor the success of loan recipients, within the KIA board, it is encompassed by the Public Service Commission, Kentucky Rural Water, the Kentucky Municipal Utility Association. So I would disagree that they don't have the expertise within KIA to monitor the success. A lot of these reports are already publicly available, whether you're targeting audits, if we're providing loans for audits. DLG, who is the chairman of the KIA board, has access to that information, whether utilities are current on their audits. As far as water loss reports, those are filed regularly both with the Division of Water and the Public Service Commission, so that we can track if the performance metrics are having an impact. I would disagree that the expertise isn't there. It's not something they have ordinarily done, but I feel like it's something they could easily do.
Yes, please.
So let me understand. You disagree with the findings of the Energy and Environment Cabinet?
From the KIA, this letter, I disagree with portions of it. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And I would say on that point, this program, as you've mentioned, was first instituted based on similarities with the Product Development Initiative with the CED and the KAED. I hope that this program is able to be stood up, and with the assistance of Cabinet as well as KIA, we can continue to work with them as we've worked with CED to make this program better and better. I look forward to it working better over time. Any other members seeking recognition for comment or question? Representative McCool.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank the presenter for the hard work you've done on this. I know you've done a lot of work, and there needs to be a lot of work done in this area. I still have an issue, and I think I've shared this with you. We're talking about distressed areas, not only distressed in water, but distressed in many other areas, personnel and those type of things as well. So I still have a hard time getting over the hurdle of just being alone and having to process all that, and they're already distressed. So I can't get beyond that piece, so I'll have to be a no today. But I thank you for your time, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other members seeking recognition for comment or question? All right. We have motion second on the bill 563 as amended by PHS2. Please call the roll.
Representative Banta?
Yes.
Representative Bentley?
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Bowling?
Yes.
Representative Bray?
Yes.
Representative Brown?
No.
Representative Dietz?
Yes.
Representative Dossett?
Yes.
Representative Flannery?
Yes.
Representative Fleming?
Aye.
Representative Fraser Gordon?
Yes.
Representative Freeland?
Yes.
Representative Fugit?
Yes.
Representative Gentry?
I'm going to pass on this bill. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to change a vote on the previous bill. Would you prefer me do that after this vote?
After this vote.
Thank you.
Representative Hart?
Yes.
Representative Johnson?
explain my yes vote?
Briefly, please.
So I am a yes on this. I'm still a little hazy on the whole loan versus grant process, and we'll discuss that. I'm pretty sure I can get it clarified, but want to move it forward. Thank you.
Representative McCool,
No.
Representative McPherson,
Yes, and I had to step out to present. Can I register a yes vote on House Bill 113, on House Bill 13? Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Representative Palumbo,
No, ma'am.
Representative Raymond,
Pass.
Representative Riley, Representative Stevenson, Representative Upchurch,
Yes.
Chair Petrie.
Yes. House Bill 563 as amended by PHS2 having received 16 yes votes, 3 nay votes, 3 pass votes will be reported with a favorable expression that same should pass on the floor. We do have a title amendment available.
On the title amendment.
We have a motion and a second on the title amendment. All in favor of adoption say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Title amendment is adopted. Thank you very much. Next up, let's register some votes. I think Representative Gentry, you had a vote to amend, modify?
Yes, please. On House Bill 267, would like to amend my pass vote to a yes vote.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Representative Gentry, did you have any other vote to modify or record? Just making sure.
That is it for right now.
Representative McPherson, did you have one or more?
Yes, I want to register a yes vote on House Bill 13 and a yes vote on House Bill 750.
And then just to make sure, any other member need to modify or register a vote? Seeing none, we have up next for consideration House Bill 748. Representative Bray presenting an act relating to education funding, and we do have a PHS 1 for consideration.
Second.
Have a motion and a second on adoption of PHS 1 to House Bill 748. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed nay. PHS 1 to 748 is adopted. Representative Bray, please, you remain yourself and you remain under oath. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So House Bill 748, as amended by the sub, deals with the SEEK formula. Within SEEK, there is a component called Tier 1, and that is the portion or one of the portions that helps lower affluent districts. All the bill does is moves from 15% to 17.5%.
Motion on the bill is amended by the sub.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on House Bill 748 as amended. 1. It is live. Please proceed at your discretion.
All the bill would do is push more SEEK money to lower affluent districts.
Any member seeking recognition for comment or question on 748 as amended by PHS 1? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Representative Banta, Representative Bentley, Representative Bowling,
Yes.
Representative Bray,
Yes.
Representative Brown,
Yes.
Representative Dietz,
Yes.
Representative Dossett, Representative Flannery, Representative Fleming, Representative Frazier Gordon, Representative Freeland,
Yes.
Representative Fugit,
Yes.
Representative Gentry,
Yes.
Representative Hart,
Yes.
Representative Johnson,
Yes.
Representative McCool,
Yes.
Representative McPherson,
Yes.
Representative Palumbo, Representative Raymond, Representative Riley, Representative Stevenson, Representative Upchurch,
Yes.
Chair Petrie.
Yes. House Bill 748 as amended by PHS 1, having received 21 yes votes, 0 nay votes, and 0 pass votes, will be reported with favorable expression that same should pass on the floor. Thank you very much. Thank you all to members and everybody that participated. Anyone seeking to register a vote or change a vote, just making sure. We are adjourned. Thank you.